Last episode, we smashed out a fair few quests, and I am feeling like that is the way to keep going in this episode for now. Working on Jungle Potion because that's going to give us some more Herblore XP, and we're just going to keep going, I think. Boom. That was nice. So fast. Honestly, I think one of the reasons I keep thinking of quests as being really slow, Herblore level, is because I've often left them until I've needed them, say for Rescue for Disaster, and I'm doing them all at the same time, or in the case of like the Mauritania Diaries, I'm doing the Nature Spirit quest and then also going there with the 70 prayer for that. So it just feels like there's a lot more to do, when in reality, these quests are just so fast. I think we're just going to keep smashing out more of them. I love, absolutely love some of these old quests. Surprise, motherfucker. Yeah. Boom. Another quest done. All right. So many cool little animations. That was the dossier from uh what was the quest? Black Knight's Fortress. It's just like a really cool little animation and it auto self-destructs when you read it. Just something that you can only do once on an account. Really cool. Now this is the part of the quest they changed. It used to be, I believe, he would say, "No man can kill me," which is why a lot of people would start their accounts either as women or change to female. But obviously, with the changes to the genders in the game, he now says, "No blade may defeat me." Interesting little change there. And I should say, I am somewhat powering through these quests, not really reading a lot of the dialogue, but I've done them so many times. I would recommend if you're someone that hasn't done these quests, 100% you should read through them because the dialogue is great. Um, they are fantastic. I don't think there's really any other game that does quests even half as good um, as RuneScape does. But for me, I've already done this so many times over the years that I don't think I need to reread it. This is another interesting part of the quest. Once upon a time, many years ago, there was a smuggle to get these items out. I believe it was something to do with the path glitch that allowed you to basically get into or out of someone else's instance. Crazy tech people came up with there. But I do recall seeing somebody holding these crazy items at some point. It may have also been something to do with possibly dying. It may not have been the path related glitch, but this is just such an iconic part of any quest. I just remember doing this as a fairly young child and thinking I was so smart for figuring it out, which yeah, in hindsight now, it's not so crazy. And there we go. 1,000 Herblore XP. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And some agility, some prayer. Really cool. Oh, okay. I don't think that gave us anything here. No, herbs, well, one level off Ranar, but we only have about 10 in the bank, so that's not going to be game-changing XP wise. But 24, we're getting closer to our prayer potion, and of course that moonlight potion as well. That means we can actually start to do moons of peril. And there we have it, dig site, 15k mining XP. Holy shit, that's pretty nice. You'll see that we've gained a bit of XP. I'm sure we'll touch upon that later, but more importantly, 2,000 Herblore XP. 26. We are really getting up there now. I mean, the amount of XP we've gained today, I think it was like 4 or 5k when we started doing these quests. So early questing, definitely worth doing. I think that's another reason, I keep talking about why I hated quests always on old accounts. Really just comes down to the fact that I think I leave them too late, and then 2,000 herb XP when you've got 4 or 500k XP, it's not significant. But for us right now, this is just massive. Now that we have 26 herb, we can actually make energy potions. And I think that given that we have about I think 48 of them in the bank. Where are we looking? Uh, 48 Haralander. So I'm going to buy from the RFD chest 48 chocolate bars so that we can make those for some good XP. Unfortunately, we don't have much of the chest unlocked, so we are going to have to world hop about 24 times, but that should get us a decent amount of XP. So I'll be back when we're doing that. Okay, pretty quick. Obviously, we can only buy two per world, but I got 83. I'll leave a couple of chocolate bars because I do find that you end up just finding that you need an item. I don't want to go too crazy buying them all now, especially because later, when we unlock more of the chest, we can just buy them so much faster. But for now, I got a few extra because I'm sure we'll pick up some more Haralander as we go. And I'm realizing actually energy potions could be quite nice for us at this stage. We've only got 43 agility and it is a pain. It runs out so fast. So maybe just for some of these quests, when we do one small favor, it'll be nice just to have a couple of energy restoring potions, albeit incredibly inefficient. I think it's 10 per sip, but you know, we have some inventory space spare usually. So fast. And that is all of the ones that we need. 54. Maybe I'll do, let's do one more inventory. It leaves us two. In fact, let's leave maybe just, let's leave five. We can always come back and buy more if we need them. But it's more just if I see a quest wants a chocolate bar or two, just saves us having to teleport to Lumbridge. And we are starting to get through those lore runes that we bought. So that is a little bit concerning that we might need to go and get some more. But we shall see. As always, like to keep a couple spare. I cannot remember which quests do and don't require specific items. I know some ask for extra herbs and things, so better just to keep a couple in the bank so we're not chasing them. Oh, 67.5 XP per. Oh my God. And we have, what is it, 46 we're going to make? That's 27 herb lore. And what's our next unlock? Defense with Rana. We're not going to use those because we want them for the prayer. Not going to use make Marintil tar. I don't think we're going to make agility potions either. So really, prayer potions are the next item. That's okay. That's a bit of a shame, which does mean we're probably going to want to be farming some Harrowlanders actually, because this is such an easy free XP. And if I check herbs, Harrowlander's 26 farming, so we're almost there. In fact, we may even be able to boost. I'm sure there's a +4 farming boost we can get somewhere, or maybe we do a couple of quests more, and then I think we just go and we start planting those Harrowlanders that we've got. I think we've got some seeds actually. That's a good point. Oh, okay, we've got a ton of seeds. This is great. That'll be enough to get us to 38 herb lore. So I mean we've basically done it with regard to our 38 herb lore plan. Now, somewhat annoyingly, we don't have the level yet for Haralander, so I am just going to plant some random things all around. I think tomato is our best that we can put in the allotments right now. One nice thing is at least I haven't raked any of these before, so it'll be a little bit of token XP at least for now. And I am just going to use our basic compost because we only have 14 super compost, and I don't really want to have to go and gather a bunch more snape grass for now. Some good news, we can plant marigold, which does protect our tomato. Now, I think it takes at least as long to grow as the tomato does, but at least for the next rotation around, we'll be better off there. And I really don't know how much XP I expect to get from all of these tomato plants. Probably not as much as I would like, but we'll do one rotation of planting, go and see about doing a couple of quests, and then get back on it. We can water. Okay. Okay, back again with the new plan. We are going to plant Marintail seeds. We've got four of them. We can kill a couple of unicorns to make the what is it? Not strength potions. It is da, 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 anti-poison potions. They're not useful for us, but it is just XP. And right now, XP is the name of the game. So we'll do this. It will get us at least maybe a little bit more herb lore XP and also farming, most importantly. And we are just going to use regular compost on it. I'll try and figure out a decent way to get maybe some more. Um, does it some more? Oh, okay. We're growing pretty quick already. That was good timing. We're going to try and figure out how to get more farming XP, but for now, I'm not too worried. So let's go and carry on. Shit the fucking bed. I don't know how I've managed to do this. I've been using fucking super compost. I am. Ah, no, no, fuck. Now that we've got a bit of farming XP, I remembered there is this Garden of Death quest, and what's absolutely insane about this is it gives 10,000 farming XP. For reference, we have 7,000 in total right now, so this is this is going to be just insane, ridiculous. In fact, I forgot some food, so we'll just grab that for now, and let's get this quest done. You won't believe it. I'm fluent in this language. Just it just comes to me, the words, without even having to think about it. Okay, yeah, take the note, and oh my God, 10,000 farming XP. Uh, okay, maybe I can fully translate them. 32. Wow. Is that what do we need? Oh my God, that's Renar. We can farm Ranarweed. So all we're missing now is just the what is it? 38, which is still admittedly quite a lot of XP, a pretty huge amount actually. So I don't think we're going to get all of that from questing, but it's fine. We can at least we can start doing our Haralander now, and we've got plenty of seeds. 20 seeds. I think we're probably going to lose quite a few from the few plants I've just been farming now. A lot of them are getting diseased, so need to think about how we deal with that. Honestly, one thing I'm considering is if we just go and gather a few inventories worth of snake grass and make super compost. Super inefficient, but for now, where we really don't want to have plants dying, maybe we go for that. But we are also quite far away from having access to what's it called? The Bon Voyage quest. So maybe we even go and do some prereqs for that because that would be great. Um, Great to have access to that for the Ultra Compost later. I just saw something as I was hopping. I guess it's gone. Apparently, if you use a compost potion on the bin, it will upgrade regular compost into super compost. Can I use it on? Holy shit! This is big tech we've just sort of discovered. And you'll see I'm grabbing some wines as I see this. Do I have? Okay, let's go see if that actually works, if it has to be on the bin or if we can do it on the fuck. Okay, let's go. So we can't actually make the potion right now. We need to have access to Fossil Island for it, but it's good to know. And I actually think that maybe going to Fossil Island could be a play. I don't think there's a way to check our kudos. Maybe here. It's not even a mini quest. The no. Okay, fine. So we can't make the potion. Turns out we need to have access to Fossil Island. I think we might be able to get it now, or at least be very close. Before we had 38 kudos. We've done a fair few quests since then. I don't know if any of them will give us more, but I also forgot there are the 5 items we can find. They give us 10 kudos each. So potentially, if we go now to Varrock after we've done like this little farm run, we just might be able to get access to do Bon Voyage, which would be great, really great. Without Ultra compost, everything is just dying. Admittedly, I think I just put regular compost on these, so not even super, but Jesus, it feels like it's not even worth doing at all. Okay, devastatingly, we're at 43. I think there's a couple of pretty quick quests we can do to get to 50, and then we'll come back and do the cleaning specimens to get our 100, so that we can do Bon Voyage. Let's just double check it is 100 kudos. Yeah. Oh, okay, we one shot Delrith. Hang on. There we go. Okay, very nice. Silverlight. Ah, man, we couldn't get the cosmic runes. I guess it's an instance. All right, one more quest to go, which is Shield of Arav, and then we can do the little hunting thing for stuff, and we have access to Bon Voyage quest. If you find yourself needing to do Shield of Arav or Heroes quest, you can join in the chat channel OSRS SOA Shield of Arav. Just met some random person, and you trade each other the halves of the certificate, and for us, boom, Shield of Arab done. That is, I believe now, when we go back to the museum, we will have 53 kudos, if I've done my math correctly, and that will mean, once we do our little searching, we should receive 100 and do the Bon Voyage quest. Hey, now we actually got a lamp for one of those quests, so we can now clean Toadflax, and at 30, defense potion. Probably not, as we said before, going to make that, but that's great. 53 kudos, time to do some cleaning. This took us, honestly, it was one inventory. Well, half an inventory, and we got our 100 kudos. I remembered though that there is a special amulet that you can find, and if you sort of inspect it, you can then create dig site pendants. And I think while we're here, might as well just get it done quickly. So I'll be back once we get that. And I think this is it. The Queen necklace. That was our like second one after. Let's have a look. Aha! Wow, that was so fast. Great, we're done. I might as well just finish cleaning these off, but yeah, that's great. I'm gonna do Bon Voyage. This is one of those quests that requires just a random unfinished Marantil potion, so good thing we got plenty. And here we are finishing off Bon Voyage. That is access to Fossil Island. Pretty huge. There's going to be a bunch of stuff we can do here. Birdhouse runs, we can get our ultra compost and do some farming, just all fantastic. And I just had to figure out if we could die. I risked it, risked the whole account. And here we are finally doing a bit of farming for the seaweed. This is going to be huge for crafting XP later, and it's actually decent farming XP, and there is a chance at the pet from this. I just did some basically AFKing, waiting for seaweed spores to spawn whilst we were waiting for the plants to grow. Similarly, now that we have a few seaweed spores, I just came to get some volcanic ash so we can make our ultra compost and the compost potion. And here we are, just farming up some giant seaweed. Get a decent amount from it, and as you see, it's 21 XP per, which is it's really going to add up pretty fast. Probably won't go crazy doing it just yet. Always got to milk the mystery box for steel plate body. A decent alk though, so you know, something. And here we are, just getting farming up, still doing those runs. Quite a nice one here. We unlocked teak trees, which are decent XP, and now we have Fossil Island access. That could work out to be a decent bit of XP later. I really love this little animation as you walk through the crops in the field. Just looks so nice. Just a fun little thing there. And here's an oak tree that we planted earlier. I didn't show it. It's about 500 XP, just a bit of extra farming. And massively, we finally got the two beads we were missing, like back to back off of two different imps, which is crazy. As you'll have seen in the last clip, we finally got all the bloody beads. Cool. That's pretty big. An amulet of accuracy is good for mage and range. I wanted to get that for a while, but I didn't want to go out of my way and just kill a bunch of imps, so really nice to have that done. Sometime, probably much later in the future, we will need two more gout weeds, so I've grabbed them now. But just so in many episodes down the line, when we have a question of where the hell these gout weeds came from, this is a reminder that I took three instead of the one that we need for this quest. Oh, I accidentally missed it. That is the quest done. 11,000 Herblore XP. 36. Oh my god. We're getting so damn close. So damn close. But here's the trick. There is one more quest that we can do. I think it's Troll. Is it Troll Romance? No, it's my arm. My arms. Making friends with my arm. Is that the one? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Probably my arm's big adventure. Yeah, Herblore XP. Um, and that one is pretty easy. So we are going to do that one next. Apologies if this gives anybody motion sickness. Did have to go and get some more lore runes because we ran out. We had like 20 left, so made the death run again. And there we are, 1,500 lore runes. I did out basically everything we had spare in the bank for this. I left the rune med because it's a clue item, but the old rune simi is gone, and our spare rune full helm also gone. So that's basically it. I did sell off the wines that we had, but as you see, we were down to our last 20. So we really needed to do this. No fucking way. We just got a gout tuber. Like, we've been here for maybe 10 minutes. I know people can go hours without this, and we're at 52% and we've got one. That's so crazy. I hoped that we might be able to get one whilst getting the 60% favor we need, but I didn't really expect us to actually get one. So I'm so happy about that. And as you see here, we got a little bit more than the 60, but that gout tuber, I'm right in the high of this thing. It's so good. And now we have everything that we need to be able to go and do the last couple of quests. Here we are just finishing the feud. 15,000 thieving XP is really nice as an added bonus. That puts us now at 46. There's a fair few things that unlocks with the Fremenix and the bearded Polnivian bandit. No new stalls, unfortunately, and I just can't follow all these other menus. But that's great. 46 is really nice to have. All right, got to kill these things. I don't think this one is the tough one. Can we safe spot it here? Hard to say. We can. Okay. That's nice. Okay. And this is the one that we actually need to pray against. Shit, the bed. Okay. Oh my god. 250 health. Jesus. Fucking hell. Trying to understand. I think it works a bit like Armadillo, where it needs to be being attacked. I don't know. Can I not just safe spot it here? Nope. Okay, but that's still fine. Use protect from range and keep your distance. You can dodge the boulders it throws. I'm not seeing any boulders. Maybe that's a boulder? Nope. I mean, we're looking okay. This is going to be annoying to listen to. I think my arm is doing most of the damage. But that's fine. It'd be good to not use a prayer potion dose. If we have to, we will. I don't know if we actually need to pray, but I'm not going to risk it. There we go. Oh! Gosh. Now, some of you may be aware, or most of you perhaps, why this quest is so important. Of course, we get our burnt meat, but that's not the main reason we're here. 10,000 herb and 5k farming. And our disease-free herb patch. That's crazy. That's so good. And you know why it's so good? Because we are now 39 herb, which means we can make our prayer potions. That is insane. We will be going and doing a bit of barrows so that we can get some tank gear, and then there's really no reason why we can't go and try and do a few runs of Moons of Peril. Thank you again for watching. I'm aware this episode has come out pretty quick after the last one, but there's just so much already condensed in. I really just couldn't imagine cutting anything else out. As you can see on screen, I won't do this always, but I've just added in a little thing to show our current playtime, quest points and such. I think it's just interesting to show how we've progressed in ways that are, not just stats, but most importantly from this episode, as you will have seen, we now have the herb lore and farming levels to both farm and then make prayer potions, which is absolutely huge. We've gained a range of XP and a bunch of other skills as well, just from going around and doing those quests. But those are the two main ones. Of course, we've unlocked Fossil Island, which is massive, and just in general, feels like we've made a lot of progress. Around about 50 total levels, which seems to be about what we're hitting each episode. I'm sure that will slow down once we start getting into those higher total level brackets, but overall, really, really happy with the progress this episode. And of course, next episode, we're going to be starting to get into some of that PVM, which could be very exciting. Stay tuned.